I'm doing this video series because there is a 19.1 version of Apex now. I have a complete video series for Oracle Apex 18.1, and the current series will use Apex 19.1 and will follow in parallel with the same steps in the 18.1 series. So I have for software this time XE 11.2, Apex 19.1, SQL Developer 19.1. I will not walk through the steps of installing XE and upgrading to Apex 19.1. You can look at the previous video series and this particular video, Apex 00 of 30, if you want a demonstration of how to install XE and upgrade Apex. The steps of going from Apex 18.1 to 19.1 are the same. So if you want to work along, you can download and install Oracle XE 11.2, or you can use the most current version, which I do not have installed. You can download Oracle Apex 19.1 and go through the steps of upgrading to that. The one other thing that I have is I have also installed a translated version of Apex for Spanish. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the documentation. It's pretty simple to follow and pretty easy to do. But it's not quite as simple as I've seen on a few posts online. It's not just a matter of selecting a different language. You do have to install a set of support files, images, and other things that will provide the translated version of Apex. Once you've done that, then when you log in and go to, in my case, the local install of Oracle Apex, I can pick between Spanish and English. So if I look at my version of the database, as I told you, if I run this, then I can see that I do have 11.2 installed. I can go to SQL Developer Help About and see that I'm working with version 19.1. So let's get started. In this video, we'll remind ourselves of the dark option when we log into Apex, and we're going to edit the navigation pane. We'll reorganize and group some navigation items by adding some parent or landing pages by different topics. We'll create another application and copy some of the pages from the application we've been working on to the new application. In the new application, we'll review how to add an image to the title bar, and we'll see how to move the side pane navigation menu to the menu bar along the top. So I'm going to log in to Apex as the developer, Carlo Mora. So logging in to Apex. I just want to remind you that you have this dark option, so I can select this and I'll see a different look, although the same functionality in Apex. Personally, I prefer the lighter option, so I'll go back to that. So let's go into Application Builder and go into our application and run that. You have to log in the first time during the session. So we have some things over here in the navigation pane. What I want to do is show you how you can start organizing this so that you can group forms of reports based on their main functionality, their main purpose. Notice that for this main page, this is page number 1. This is what I would call a landing page. We're going to create 3 more landing pages. So I'm going to go back to the application, and I'm going to create a page. These will all be blank pages. So blank page, and I'll let Apex number it, and this is going to be called Animals. We'll have reports and forms specific to animals. Click Next. I'll create a navigation menu item. However, I will not select a parent. I want it at the same level as Home. So I'll click Next and Finish. Save that, run that. So now I have home and animals. I'm going to pause the video and I will create another blank page called people and a blank page called data maintenance. So I have 3 blank pages here: animals, people, maintenance, and their purpose is to provide that top level grouping where I'll put other navigation items below them, just like we see it on home. We'll edit this and move these, such as the status item report and dominant breed report, down below data maintenance, for example. I won't do that right now. I want to go to animal and edit the page. Your page number does not have to match mine. In Page Designer, for the animal page, I want to right-click on Regions and create a region. Then I have Title, New, and I have a source. I'm going to add some text, and it says Reports and Forms for Animal Data, Transactions, Activities, and Animal Records are listed here. I'm going to change the title and just have it say Animals, and I will save that and run that. So that's what we see here. Now I want to show you, refresh your memory on how we can add images. In this case, it's just going to be a picture of other text. So you can go to, if you haven't already downloaded it, you can go to the db.kreie.net website and get additional images. And this will just have pictures of text, which I've already done. So I'll go look at those files. So this is the downloaded file that was zipped. I unzipped it, and then this is what I have in images. So I have animal shelter title bar, animals page, people page. I will come back to the application and I want to get to shared components so that I can upload those, and I want to upload them to the workspace files, not the application files, because I might want to use these in different applications within a single workspace. So I don't want the files specific to one application only. So I'll click on Workspace Files and I will upload, and I'll go get those and upload the images. So I've selected the 3 files from Choose Files and I will upload. And we see those here. I want this image for animal page. I will copy that text and I will come back to animals and edit the page. And then for the region, I'm going to edit the text for the source. What I want to do is add this image, and to do this I will need to use some HTML code. So I'm not going to talk much about that, but you can use or embed HTML code in many of your text options in Apex. I will pause the video while I type this in. So let's look at this text, and what I've done is add the image command. The code is src equal, and then you put the location of the image file. I've had to remove the pound signs. In one case, at the beginning, I add an ampersand, and after images, I've switched the pound sign to a period. This is case sensitive, which it comes in when I copy it, it's in the proper case. So I've terminated the image command and I've added a paragraph command, and then below that for this text I've added the header 3 command. So when I say OK, save, and run that, this is the look that we have. Because this is an image, it's not actual text. I'm going to pause the video and do the same thing for the people page. So in the blank people page, I've added a region. I've named it people over on the left hand side after I added the region, and then I've added text. I copied in the location and file name for the people page title. That's within an HTML image command followed by a paragraph command. I can enlarge the text by doing an H3 header. The smaller the number, the larger the text. And I don't want it to be real large. So I'll click OK. I'll save that and I'll run that. So now I have the animal page with an image of text and a region where I've added the source text. I have that for people, and I have it for data maintenance, although I don't have an image. If you want to create an image, all I did was go into Word, create some large text, and take a picture of it, and then upload that as an image within Apex. So now let's see how we're going to use these. I will go to edit the application and go to shared components. And I want to go to the navigation menu and desktop navigation menu. Now notice we have a column for parent entry, and these are the items listed under home. I'm now going to edit these two, status and dominant breed, and move them below data maintenance, assign data maintenance as the parent. So I click on status item report, switch from home to data maintenance, and apply changes. I'll do the same thing for dominant breed. When I come back to the application and do a refresh, I now see data maintenance has those two items. I can come back to shared components under the navigation options, and I can switch list of animals to animals. Do a refresh, and I can expand to see that I have the report, which opens a form about animals. That's all I'm going to do right now for this application, but I want to create another application. So I'm going to come down here to the designer bar and go to Home, go into Application Builder, and create an application. And this is going to be called AS for Animal Shelter Operations. Now, as you create this, you can pick a different look, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is. So I'll cancel this and create this application. So here's the new application. I need to log in. We did this in a previous video for the first application, but I want to edit the application. I'll come into Shared Components, and I want to change Application Definition Attributes. Actually, before I do that, I should come over here and copy the location of the text. This would be Animal Shelter Title Bar, and I will copy that, then come back to Shared Components, Application Definition Attributes, User Interface, and I want to switch from text to image and put the location of the logo. And I will apply changes and run this application. So now up here in the title bar I have Animal Shelter Operations. Now I want to copy pages from the other application into this application. So I can go to any edit page, I don't have that many right now, and I can do a copy page, add page as copy. This will be from another application. I select that application, and for page numbering, now that I see this, I want to go back and see what some of my page numbers are. I have two options. I can track the page numbers used in the previous application and use them here, duplicate them, or I will have to do edits when I make the copies because a report edit link is going to try to open the wrong page number. So I'm going to cancel this, go back to the application builder for a second, go into daily operations, and what I want to do is get some of these page numbers. I'm looking at the original daily operations application, and I have copied down some of the page numbers, and I've skipped others. So I will eventually want to use 2, which is list of animals, and the edit link in that report opens page 5, which is the animal form with LOVs. So I have skipped some of the page numbers, but I believe these are the things I want. The first thing I'm going to copy will be these parent pages for the navigation menu. But after that, I will copy page 14, status item report that calls status items form. 16, dominant breed report calls 17, dominant breed report, I believe. I don't know why, or dominant breed data. It doesn't really matter whether these names match, but the page numbers I want to match so that the reports will open the proper page number. The other option, like I said before, is I could copy the pages over and then edit. So I'm going to switch back to the application builder, and I'm going to go into my second application. I'll go into Page Designer, and I want to add a page as copy. This will come from another page or another application, and I will select that, and then I will select, in this case, I want to do animals. I'm going to do these navigation pages first. Animals, and I'm going to make that page number 7 and leave the name the same and click Next. And I will create a navigation item, no parent, remember it's at the same level as home. I always forget this, and this will be animals. I need to add a name for the navigation item text, and then next and finish. If I save and run that, I see that over here. I'll continue to do this for the next 2 navigation items, but I'll pause the video. I restarted the video just because I wanted to remind you that I'm matching the page numbers here that I copied over from the original application. So I've copied 3 pages. Let's look at our application. So I have animals, people, and then I changed the name from data maintenance to data entry support just to show you that they don't have to match up when you make the copy. But I do have the same page numbers as I had in the original application. I'll come in here to edit this, and I want to copy in the status, report, and form. So pages copy, and this will be the status item report, and I want that to be 14. I create a new navigation item, but now I need the text for that status item report. I need to put that under data entry, and click Next and finish. Now that's going to try to open a page. In fact, if I run this right now and I click that, I see the page item, I see the status item report. But when I click this, I'm going to get an error message because page 15 is not found. I haven't copied that page yet. So I'll edit this so I get back to my copy, pages copy from another application. And that's going to be page 15. And I'll change that to match. So it will actually call a page numbered 15. I could say status item data. Create a navigation item, put it under data entry support. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want a navigation item, so let me go back. Or let's see, I just needed to say do not create a navigation item because this form is opened by the report. So I'll click Next and create that. Run the application. Now when I click on status item report, and I click, let's say, fostered, I see fostered. It's opening up page 15. I'm going to pause the video and do the same thing for dominant breed. So I have finished copying the report and form for dominant breed, and I can run this, and then under data entry I see these. Let's check dominant breed. I haven't tested that, so I should see Chihuahua when I open or click edit here, and I do see that. So this is my second application. The last thing I want to do here is show you how you can change the features of the application. I'm going to move from a left side navigation pane to a menu across the top. So I will edit the application. I will go into shared components. I will go into user interface attributes. I'm going to click on this edit desktop, and I will go to or scroll down. I guess maybe navigation menu is the section, but show all, I just scroll down till I get to that. And what I want is not side but top, and it'll be top navigation. And let's try that. Apply changes and run this application. So now what I see is the menu across the top. I don't have anything under animals or people, but I see a drop-down list for the data entry support homepage. So if I click on that, I see that page just like I did before because I copied those. These images come in because they were loaded for the workspace, not to a specific application. So one of the ways you could use the second application is you could have a development application where you try things out, and then you could have a production application where you move pages over once they have been approved. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.